Hey guys, so I'm going to talk to you today about what I have been watching on TV, or should I say what I've been streaming. Um, I just finished Lucifer, and I don't know if you're familiar with that. It's on Netflix, and they aired 8 episodes of season 5. They had to stop halfway through the season because of the pandemic. Um, so they're going to be airing the second half of season 5 in December or January, and then it's been renewed for season 6, which will be next year, which will be the final season. At least that's what I read online. So if you've never seen that show, it's basically Lucifer Morningstar, Satan, and then he falls in love with a human police detective, Chloe, and they bring in a bunch of other characters, members of Lucifer's family, his brother, a couple of his brothers, and there's a lot of secondary characters. It's a really good show, and they really develop, like, the characters are well developed and the storylines are interesting. There's some action involved. Um, I think the reason why I like this show is it brings to light the fact that nobody is 100% good or bad or good and evil. Everybody is a mixture of the two, including Lucifer himself. They humanize him in such a way that it just, yeah, it makes you realize that even in the baddest of people, there is some good. You just have to be able to look for it or find it. But it is there. And I think if I said more than that, it would be revealing too much about the show of why I love it. But it's really good. If you've never seen it, I would say check it out. So that's on Netflix. Now, the show that we just started last night is on Disney. I signed up for Disney last night, and it's $7 a month. That's like what, half the price of Netflix? Because sometimes you go on Netflix and you just don't see anything that grabs you for as much stuff that's on there. I thought, okay, maybe we should get a second streaming service, and Disney is only $7, and there's so many things on Disney that I've always wanted to see but have not seen because I either didn't see it in the theater or I didn't buy the DVD, or I'm just, yeah, there's a ton of stuff on there. So the first thing that I wanted to start with was The Mandalorian. So we watched 1 episode last night and we watched 1 episode this morning, and wow, I am hooked. This is one of my favorite shows of all time. If I was to make like a video top 10 TV shows of all time, this would definitely be on it. I've only watched 2 episodes, but yeah, I know this would be on it because it has everything. It's part of the Star Wars saga. So if you like science fiction and you like Star Wars, then you will definitely like The Mandalorian. But there's a twist with this show. It has something that the Star Wars movies didn't have, and that is heart. The the main character of the show is a gunslinger who becomes a bounty hunter, and he takes on this very expensive job to go find somebody. I mean, he's a bounty hunter, and what he finds is not at all what he is expecting. Um, I think that I wouldn't really be giving anything away to tell you at least what I know or what transpired in the beginning of the show, because it's so well known and so in the public that it's not a secret. What he's looking for, but he doesn't realize it, is a child. And once he finds this child, or once we find this child, your heart will just fall in love with this child, unless you're made out of stone, okay? Because this isn't just an ordinary child. It isn't a human child. It's a child that is the same species that Yoda was in the Star Wars movies. People are referring to it as Baby Yoda, but it's really not. It can't be, because the timeline would be wrong. Yoda existed before the timeline in this TV show. So that would be impossible. It can't possibly be Yoda. So I watched the first episode last night. I watched the second episode this morning, and I could not stop thinking about this child. I mean, he just... the feeling that you get is like the same feeling that you get when you look at a puppy or a kitten, or just like beyond cute. So I went to Target this morning. So this is the child, otherwise known as Baby Yoda, but like I said, it's not Yoda. But this was $19.99 at Target. They also have it at Walmart. And the head is a hard plastic. Look at the eyes. Look at the little button nose. Look at the mouth. And he's wearing a very rustic type garment. It's like I think they call that muslin cloth, or there's another word for it too. It begins with a B. Burlap. He's wearing like a burlap bag, and he's got like a fuzzy collar on the collar and the sleeves. Now, if they had half a brain, what they should have done is package this in a plastic ball, just like the one that he rides in the show. They could have had a cover right here and had it flip up in the air, and then you could have kept him in his pod. But instead, this, unfortunately, is made out of like a heavy cardboard, and then there's plastic behind it. So we are going to do an unboxing right now. I see that he is attached to the inside of the plastic. There is a plastic wire that has to be cut. If you hear noise, my husband is doing some very intense yard work outside. It's Sunday, so this is why I never film videos on the weekend, because he's going to be making noise and being annoying. Okay, so let's take this guy out of his packaging. Okay, so yeah, it's just the doll in there and this plastic thing. So yeah, the head is like a hard plastic, and I told you about the garment he's wearing. And he doesn't have any feet. I know he has feet in the show because I've seen him get out of his pod and walk. But, you know, this is just a doll, so there's nothing there. But his body is soft, so if you were to give this to a child or a really big child and they wanted to hold it or hug it or something, the body part of it is soft. But I just could not resist. Oh my God, he's so beautiful. I keep calling him he, but we don't really know in the show if it's a he or a she. They haven't said. But this is obviously way too big for the bookcase back there, so I think I will probably just put him on the bed. Because I do have some other stuffed animals too, because I am very much a kid at heart. So adorable. I mean, how could you resist? So I can't wait to watch the rest of Mandalorian and see what happens next. But now I'll be able to include things on the Disney streaming service in addition to Netflix as far when I do these what I'm watching videos. So that will make the content a little more variable for those of you that maybe you have Disney but you don't have Netflix, or maybe you also have both. So that's it for today, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.